Good morning. It's May something. I think it's around May 3rd or 4th. Here's what we're going to discuss today. Here's what I would really like you guys to debate. Leave your comments in the little below section where the comments are left, and debate each other on this. I'll try to introduce the topic and not beat it to death with my over explaining like I do. We're talking about immigration today, and we're also talking about something I love talking about, which is how liberal ideas always tend to backfire on those they try to help. So essentially, my theory, and it's not my theory, but it's the one I subscribe to, is that liberals always try to help people, and through not thinking it through enough, um, they throw these policies in that always end up hurting those very folks. A quick example would be like minimum wage. You want companies to pay folks a certain amount, so you demand a minimum wage. What you don't do is demand that the company keeps that person hired, because you just can't legally do that. So what ends up happening is a company will pay those who work a certain job that's worth that much, they'll pay them that much. And if there's a job that exists within that company that isn't worth minimum wage, they'll just find a way to get by without the job. So what essentially happens is you just get a lot of unskilled workers who get fired when the company can't keep up with minimum wage. Unskilled workers happen a lot, but also you get young unskilled workers like teenagers. I mean, there's some jobs like tearing tickets at the movie theater that the theater owner is just not going to be able to justify paying that person $7.25 an hour. So when minimum wage adjusts to that, that person's going to be out of a job because they just aren't worth that much. Let's throw this into immigration, and I'll just throw this out there. You guys tell me what you think. Here's something I always hear in the immigration debate. Someone's going to come in and say, you know what? These people make up such an important part of our economy. We need to just allow them to stay here. Okay, we allow legal immigrants to stay here, and we have a system for that. I think the system's too slow, but whatever. If you're going to say that we need to allow these people to stay here because they're an important part of the economy, essentially what you're saying is we need to allow America to continue to exploit illegal immigrant labor. I'm not okay with that. I support Arizona's immigration bill. I've actually read the bill, and it seems like a perfectly justifiable bill to me. It specifically prohibits racial profiling, which is something some people, for some reason, are getting wrong a lot. But it simply enforces citizenship and the privilege of citizenship. What happens when you're making the argument that we need to allow illegal citizens to stay here, um, there's a reason that they're good for the economy. Because of the fact they're illegal, there's only certain jobs they can get, and those jobs suck ass. So if you're liberal and you typically claim to be, on the side of minorities, on the side of poor people, yet you're making this argument that we need to allow illegal immigration because they're good for our economy, you're making one of the most morally bankrupt arguments that I've ever heard liberals make. It's not okay to say let's allow these people to continue to stay here so we can exploit their labor. And I don't care how you try to spin it, that's exactly what you're saying. So what you've basically done through all this complaining and all this lobbying to make sure that we don't enforce our borders and we don't protect the integrity of citizenship, what you've done is create a system where Mexican citizens come here thinking that there's this this great opportunity. There's much less opportunity for them here because they're illegal, but they're already here. You've created a second class citizen. You've created a permanent second class. I'm not okay with that. Obviously, I want to enforce the border, so I must be some racist hate monger. But I'm not the one who thinks it's okay to continue to exploit this labor. I'm not the one who thinks it's okay that we justify allowing illegal immigrants to stay here because I don't want to pay any more for a head of lettuce. If it's between exploiting someone of any nationality, I'm all for American rights, but I'm first and foremost for civil rights. And I don't care what nation you're a citizen of, you deserve those civil rights. However, the way the system's set up, if you are here illegally, it doesn't matter what rights you think you have, you're not going to be able to get the kind of jobs that a citizen can get, and you're going to be driven into essentially slave labor. Go ahead and debate this topic. Let me know if I'm way off base. I'm pretty sure I'm not. And also, this is the first episode of my video blog. So, my name's Patrick Thompson. For those of you who haven't been following the Facebook page, I'll be trying to throw these up here every so often, just to give, not to sound arrogant, but I'm hoping to give some logical perspective on a lot of these arguments that tend to just be very right-wing or very left-wing, and oftentimes there's just a couple points of logic that nobody seems to be talking about. Go ahead and debate this. Please subscribe to the YouTube page. Of course, please subscribe to the Facebook page, and we'll try to get unbiased, logical discussion going. And that's really the goal here, because I'm not going to be blindly right-wing. With everything that's going on in the nation, a lot of the things I'll be talking about are going to sound very right-wing, because obviously I'm very displeased with what the government's doing right now, typically. But I'm not. I'm a logical thinking person before I have any party affiliation, or before I have any sort of just blind devotion to one side. Hope you guys are having a good day, and again, leave those comments down there and debate each other, and let's keep it civil and logical. All right?